It is mainly men. I cannot imagine myself kissing someone who has eaten sago worms before.
Dan has actually planned a very interesting and exotic date. They started off on a boat ride, and when they arrived at their destination, they started cooking in the open fire using bamboo. It's definitely something that you do not usually encounter.
No, you can do the next step, though.
Oh no.
Just put them in there. Very simple. Have you ever tried sago worm before?
Oh my God, no. I have this irrational phobia of all kinds of caterpillars.
You don't have to eat it. I'm not going to force you.
When Mariska saw the sago worms, she was so scared. She virtually just stood up and jumped to one corner. But I think what Dan did was really good, because even though that was part of the date that he has planned, because I think he just wanted something that's very adventurous, something very different, he didn't force it onto her. I thought it was very nicely done, it was very gentlemanly, and he was not pushing the case. It's always good to find out what the other person liked, what the person does not like, but sometimes you just wanted to do something different, but you didn't know that you would have some adverse reaction. So I think when that happens, it's good to just lay off, don't push it, even though it's something that you have prepared for a long time, and just go with the flow and to just make sure that your date is comfortable, because at the end of the day, that's the most important.
I like more memorable stuff like this.
Less expensive as well.
Less expensive, yes.
Huh? All we need is just a bamboo and a mat.
Yeah.
Mariska was commenting about the cooking, and she was saying this is fun and it's so easy, and cooking with bamboo, and it's cheap as well. I think she was just being herself and just saying the first thing that came to her mind. I thought it might be a bit sensitive because Dan, who has prepared for this date, might have put in a lot of effort, and I think, being cheap is the last thing he had in mind. So I think that could have hurt his feelings. When we go on dates, even though we want to be spontaneous, to speak our mind, it's important to be tactful, because sometimes what we say, it might be something that means a lot to the other person, and it might actually put the date off to a bad start.
How normal is a kiss on a first date? Because none of my dates kiss me. Does it mean they don't like me enough, or does it depend on the person? Do we have a standard code of affection on a first date?
I would definitely say that just because your date didn't kiss you on a first date, it doesn't mean that they do not like you enough. And I think we are also in the Asian context as well, and sometimes guys might be a bit shy, because I think sometimes they do not want to come across as too forward. If you really like the guy and you are okay for him to kiss you, maybe you want to just drop some hints and to let him know that it is okay. There is an invisible line where it shows your personal space and the other person's personal space. So if you start to just breach that personal space a bit, the other person is not leaning back, that means they are comfortable. It's really to observe that, and if you give the right signal and the guy feels that, okay, I think like she's not going to reject me if I'm going to kiss her, then it's probably more likely that he's going to kiss you.